Hey, Jack Snack here. Let's talk about recording the electric guitar. When I first started recording the electric guitar, I had a few questions, and I think you may have the same questions that answer to will help you record better guitar sound. Question number 2 is why the sound that is coming from my amp, why does the sound different after recording? And there's 5 different factors you have working against you that will make the sound worse. Let's go through the factors one by one because you can do something about each of those factors to make your guitar sound better. Factor number 1 is the headphones. If you remember my other video about which 4 things you need to start recording, one of the things is headphones. Get the best you can afford. So I said try to aim at something between 50 and 100 bucks that will make the sound decent and very close to what's coming from the amp. Otherwise, if you try to listen to the sound that you recorded on some kind of earbuds for $19.99, this sound will sound different, will sound distorted, will sound worse than what's really coming from your amp. So factor number 1 is the reason why the sound coming from your amp sounds different after recording is the headphones themselves. So try to get decent ones, okay? Factor number 2, why the sound that is coming from your amp may sound different than the sound that you hear after recording it is the mic itself. Remember, this is a short series about recording your guitar and your songs in a way that is simplified and super affordable. Therefore, we are dealing with mic that is worth 25 bucks, not 250 bucks. But there's still one thing you can try to make the sound that your mic records to sound better. And that's pointing the mic at your amp. So record a sound when you point the mic at your amp at 90 degrees. So when you have your amp and you point the mic at your amp at 90 degrees. And then also record a sound when you point it at 45 degrees. And then somewhere in between. And after you record those sounds, see which of these sounds sounds the best to you. If they all sound exactly the same, then just stick with the sound after you point the mic directly at the amp. Factor number 3, why you might not like the sound of your guitar after recording it is the noise, the hum, the feedback that is coming from your amp. But there is one thing you can do about it, and it's after you plug in your guitar into your amp, listen for the hum and the noise coming from your amp, and then slowly turn around in 360 degrees, so make a one full turn and listen for the spot when you hear the least of the hum coming from the amp. Once you find the spot where there's the least amount of noise coming from your amp, sit your butt down, and this will be the position, this will be the angle you're going to be recording the rest of your song. This way you're going to get the cleanest guitar sound recorded on your song. Factor number 4 that you have working against you when recording the guitar are the vibrations. If you are positioning your amp and your mic on the hardwood floor or the desk, you have some vibrations coming from the floor or the desk that are being recorded through your mic. So if you can, position the mic and the amp on the carpet. If you are positioning the amp and the mic on the hardwood floor or the desk, then try to put some carpet, some thick blanket, or some towels, or some carpet and towels underneath the amp and the mic, and this will minimize the vibrations. Factor number 5 you have going against you when you record an electric guitar are the vibrations of the room that you are recording your guitar in. And that's because when you have your guitar plugged into your amp, what's getting recorded through your mic are the vibrations of the air that are coming from the amp. But the vibrations, they don't stop here, they keep going. The vibrations of the air keep bouncing off the opposite wall, they're coming back, they're bouncing off this wall, and they're coming back and they're getting recorded into the mic over and over again with the speed of sound. In professional studios, they have something called acoustic treatment on the walls, and that's material they put on the walls that is absorbing those vibrations. Now, this whole series that I'm making here is about recording in a simplified and super affordable way. Therefore, I assume we don't have hundreds or thousands of dollars to invest in acoustic treatment, but there's still something we can do about it. And that's building a fort around the amp and the mic. So you put the carpet or the towels underneath the amp and the mic, and you grab a coffee table, side table, or some kind of big stool, and you put comforter, thick blanket, or thick towels around it. And that will minimize the vibrations. Now, one thing I want to add about it is also make sure that if you have some kind of little table, make sure that you do not let the inside of the table vibrate either. So grab a towel and make sure that the towel is covering the inside of the table or the stool where the mic will be, so that if your amp and your mic is underneath the stool and the table, there is some kind of cushion or some kind of protection that will minimize the vibration underneath the table or the stool as well.